no, I don't. Sorry, don't know. Nobody cared. I remember watching people celebrate Gabrielle's injury,
Horrible.
like in
Anyone who
broad
celebrates
daylight,
injury is horrible, man.
with boldness. Like I've never heard people do it before, but I was like, damn, we're actually celebrating. Like we needed to slow down. They
Wow.
needed to slow down. We needed to slow down. That surely set piece is gone. So I don't give a damn. And you know what? Go tell Guéhi you want to stay in London and you want to play with the Bible boys. You know, like we're more like you. You would fit better with us. Go hijack. Fuck it.
I know you're dying to speak about Guéhi, so we might as well, man. What did you make of these links before we went live? Anyways, like, do we? When I last asked you, you told me we didn't need a defender. Now you're on the Guéhi thing. I told you bring this guy, man.
It's
Where
not
you at,
even. It's not even like just. I mean, I like Guéhi. I rate him. I think he's a good player. Da da da. I just want to. I just want to fuck over Pep. I'm sorry. Like it's really coming from like a very nasty spirit. Like I'm so sorry. Like I just want you not to have something that you desperately need. Like you desperately need Gay. He's probably like the only good player available that you can go get. But also we keep getting injuries back there, and it would be nice to have somebody to just stabilize things. Like if this means that we make it even more likely that we win the league, why wouldn't we do this? Like I know
think
that
we could do right back shift as well.
Yeah, I know we need goals. Like we always need goals. We always feel like we need goals. But watching Timber and Hincapié back there fighting for their life child, I was like, yeah, nah. So I wouldn't mind this. I know City are going to be pushing it, and wanting this.
Do you think we act now though? Or when you become a free, because you know our club. I'm not saying we wouldn't. It depends on the price, because everybody's aware that he's running out or his contract's running out. But in 5-6 months, he's going to be free. Surely Arsenal are telling him, if anything, listen, relax on the City thing. We're going to link up in the summer. Free agent, we got you.
Get in his head. I don't care what it is. I don't know what you need to do. Either you come to us now or you come to us in the summer, but don't go to City. Like you just must, and I would push it. Saka, Eze, Madueke, Timber,
Lewis Kelly,
Lewis Kelly, talk, text,
maybe even Rice. Not even maybe.
Yeah.
Declan, chat to him. Everybody,
get in his head. Just tell him we got a spot for you. Like, and taking away like the banter side of it and just being mean to Pep. I'm sorry, but he's a really good player with a good mentality. You can never have too many of those. So, yeah, and I know that obviously, like, he would want to start at City and stuff, but it's about the long term, honey. Don't you want to be around your people? Don't you want to stay in London? Like, do all that.
Culture club.
Yeah, do that. So, yeah, and there's plenty of minutes to go around.
And then even that as well, just like you said, there's plenty of minutes to go around. We've seen injuries. We saw two of our biggest games last season. Forget City, the 2 against Madrid. We didn't have our strongest team. If he wants to stay in London, I make you right. I actually think it's quite even with Arsenal and City. Obviously, City are City. Pep Guardiola's Pep. They've been there, done it with a t-shirt. You're not guaranteed to start, provided your centre halves necessarily ahead of Dias or Gvardiol as much as Saliba and Gabriel. You might be able to start at Munich. Don't know what's going on there. You have been linked with Real Madrid. Give or take, Van Dijk's not going to be there forever. Konate probably goes on a free. Liverpool's also a big club. I can understand it. But I'm with you. The man's 25. It's a free agent. You got all your Arsenal boys here. I'm all for it. If you were to try and grab him in January, though, how much would you be looking to part with? And like, would you, if it was actually up to you and you had the money and you was better, would you actually do this in January? Like, would this be one of your priorities?
This, based on our back line and the amount of injuries, like you can guarantee that Ben White is going to struggle with injuries still. Timber is still like kind of on the red line. God forbid something, like we have to really think about this. If something happens to Saliba or Gabriel, we're in trouble. We know that. We've seen what it looks like when we don't have them. It wasn't pretty. We survived it just about. And I know that it's like, surely the injuries are gone, but you don't know that. So why not just prep yourself? Unfortunately, Calafiori is also incredibly injury prone. We cannot rely upon him. We're talking about like 3 players that we're relying upon now that are not reliable. So yeah, I get it. It's like, why would you bring him in? You already have so many defenders. You already have so much blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, it's like, if this is what helps us not capitulate, then I would do it. He's used to the league. He's a leader. And one thing I'll say, because we didn't really talk about it, ever since Gabriel has come back, I just feel like Hincapié just looks so much more comfy at left back. I don't know if I want to see him at center back anymore.
But I said this to you last time. I was like, I remember me speaking to you, and I said I have to hold my own hands up because I felt ironically, he's being linked with Leverkusen as well. But when Hincapié was at Leverkusen, I think I had to hold myself accountable because I said to you on the stream, I was like, he doesn't move like a 23-year-old. He don't look 23. He's obviously been on the scene for a minute, all of that. When he's come to Arsenal now, he does remind me vaguely, very different, but certain mannerisms and actions of a young Magalhaes. Now, granted, he's learning the language, his teammates, the leagues. That's where I'm with you. I prefer him kind of at left back. I do think he goes to sleep at centre half. I never thought I'd say this, but I prefer Calafiori as a centre half before Hincapié. So you are right on that. I do agree with that. I think Hincapié is like a loose spirit at left back, innit? I do like him. He's a warrior, but you're bang on the money.
Yeah, it's just because the thing is I actually prefer, like, between Hincapié and Calafiori, I actually prefer Calafiori at left center back, but he's not reliable for either position, even though I prefer him over Hincapié.
He gives you so much at left back.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, yeah, I don't know. I like, and this is not to say I do not like Hincapié. I think he did a good job, but it was really far away from what we know. And what makes us special and so good is that center back pairing, and we'll never be able to recreate it with anyone else. But can we get closer to it with someone else? And can we hurt Pep in the process?
And you see what I not like about Guéhi? It's going to sound dumb, but he don't do things above his pay grade. Obviously, he's good on the ball, all that stuff. But sometimes you see centre-backs or players in general, they'll try a pass. And God loves a trier, so keep trying. But you ain't got that. You never see him showing off. He's just keeping it basic. And I'm more attracted to what Guéhi might be able to do at right back, if I'm brutally honest. Like, I'm attracted to see what that could be.
Well, if you have him, then, Rice doesn't suffer the knee injury and he doesn't have to play back there. And Rice did a good job. But listen, it's up to Berta and Arteta and all that. I'm sure City will try to sway him and all that kind of stuff. But,
Do you think that spells the end of Ben White then? Or do you think Ben White's probably on his last legs, unfortunately, anyways, past this season? Or not?
It's tough with Ben because there's times where when he comes back, he does things, then it's like, now I remember why I loved you. Like, I remember, who you were. But even after I would watch some of our highlights and then, how it automatically goes to something else. And then it showed me the 5-0 against Chelsea at home. And Ben White was so good in that game. That's one of his best games in the Arsenal shirt. I don't know, post the injuries that he's had, if he can ever be that again. And I wonder what's the level of Ben now? And is that good enough for what we want to do? Can he actually stand in for Timber? Because Timber is he's like a best right back in the league, world-class player. How close is Ben to that? And can he even keep up his fitness to even give us enough consistency for us to see where he's at? That's what I'm scared with. And also, Ben is not the youngest. He might be one of the older of the group that we brought in.
Like 26, 27 now. I stand corrected, but that time does go on. But let me see.
Yeah, because I think is Gabriel not 28?
28.
Yeah, and now Ben is 28.
Time flies, man.
Yeah, time flies really quickly. So maybe it is an opportunity to bring in somebody like a Guéhi and move Ben on in the summer. You don't want to get too late, especially with the injuries and all that. But I mean, I feel like that's just that's a long way to go. And I'm not saying 28 is old, but I'm saying for playing and to play at the highest level, I'm just saying 28 in terms of, do we want to renew him? Do we want to sell? Things like that. That's all I'm really saying. But
how much do you think we'll get for him as well? Bearing in mind we paid 50 for him when he came many years ago.
We can sell him to another Premier League team for like 25-30 million, I think. I don't think we'll get more than that, but I would take that. I love Ben, but if he can't get up to the level and he can't be a suitable stand-in for Timber, then
you really think he can't be a suitable stand-in for Timber?
Not if you're not fit.
Yeah, but we've done that to him, though. I hear you. You're not wrong, but we played him into the ground this year. We played him historically into the ground. He's been in that weird thing where you are behind. You had injuries in preseason. You are second choice to Timber, so you're not gonna get that continuity by playing in it. When you do get your chance, you have to take it. Like I remember we were doing a stream. For the life of me, I can't remember the game yet, but me and you probably spent about 10 minutes. To be fair, when he played in the Champions League, we were like, boy, you know what? He looked rusty. Arteta was onto him on the sidelines or whatever. But like, should we really give up? Clearly, I've got too much of an affiliate. I've got a lot of time for Ben White, but does it have to go this way? It's sounding like the summer, Ben. It's been real mighty.
It's a sentimental thing, and this is coming from somebody that would just prefer Ben to just be fit enough and just do the thing because I love him, and I thought he'd just retire at Arsenal. Fuck it, Nacho Monreal type shit. I mean, he didn't retire, but like just like a kind of like a
long serviceman.
Yeah, serviceman kind of thing. But I just wonder in the direction like a Berta would go in. We haven't really seen what Berta looks like in selling mode. So we'll see this summer.
They want 35 million for Guéhi, by the way. Well, John Cross is saying it would be somewhat like a similar fee. So I don't think we're going to go in that. It does say we remain big admirers. There'll be no shortage of takers. Before I ask you some other stuff, BG has said, Jess, I asked this on DG stream yesterday. Did we miss out on Semenyo?
Did we miss out on Semenyo? I mean,
how can you miss out on someone you didn't go for? Even though I get what they're trying to say.
Technically, I mean, you can say that, yeah, kind of, you know.
But we do need a left
player, but we still need one. But I kind of feel like Semenyo will probably do well at Man City, and maybe this will sound stupid, but I kind of want to get somebody at a higher level. I feel like it's not that Semenyo is at a low level, but I feel like he's kind of like that Premier League standard. We know he's going to work level. But I kind of feel like I want to do something bigger and get somebody better. But
if money's no object, who?
I mean, I'm liking the rumors around like Yildiz and these kind of guys. Like, I just feel like we need something a little bit more. We just need something different, you know. But Semenyo's a good player, and he probably would have worked at Arsenal, and he definitely proved me wrong in terms of being more than just like a one season kind of guy.
Proved a lot of people wrong.
But I'm just trying to look up something really quick because how much better has Semenyo been than Trossard this season? Do you know?
Nah, Trossard's been better than him, man. I don't know for statistically, but I'm Trossard's been the guy, man. He's been one of the best players at this club and one of the best players in an Arsenal shirt, full stop. I mean, I would have taken Semenyo. I wish we got Semenyo in the summer. I said this on the stream with you. I thought I like what Berta did. 8 players is great. I thought 9, I would have been great. I hear you on the yield at this point, but I just don't think it would work at Arsenal if you're going to ask him to play off that left, man. Like, you're not going to get the best out of him in that role.
Isn't he more of like a central player too? Like, I don't know. I feel like that's why City want him. I don't think he's going to play off of the wing that much. I think he's going to basically replace Marmoush. I think Marmoush is probably I think with somebody like Marmoush, because
I want to get involved in that.
Pep is not like desperate to play a 2-striker system, so he can use Semenyo as a number 9, but also play him on the wing with Holland if he needs to. Marmoush is like, you have to change the system to get him in there. And right now they're trying to play different. They want to get Foden and Cherki and all these guys in the team. So it's hard for Marmoush. I think he's suffering the same way that Julian Alvarez did. It's just kind of like the same thing. They can't figure out how to utilize this player. So Semenyo works for them in that way, and that's good for them. But I really think we need like a high quality left winger that's just like, we need to go over. Like, Semenyo's kind of somebody that we could get and he would make us better, but who's going to make us like, we need to go further.
Who's going to do the Declan Rice thing, left wing, essentially?
Yeah, exactly. I think we need bigger and better, you know.
But that's where I'm looking at not only Andrea Berta, because obviously his record shows it. Like, I'm sure we've just got this Napoli guy, that guy that got Carrot Skeeler and Hamsik before he was known, and Koulibaly, and the list goes on. Obviously, me and you could sit here and talk about household names, and if Arsenal bought Semenyo, Leao, whoever, Rodrigo, we might be sad, we might be happy. I would love us to go down that route. But I genuinely believe there's players everywhere that before these guys get their names, they've got to be somewhere in it. So I do think on one hand, we probably got to do a better job doing that. Like, find a Mo Salah before he's Salah at Liverpool, or like when Liverpool got him. Find that Mane when he's at Southampton. Because I really think if we could get left wing sorted, we'd be great. Let's part the left wing stuff off, though. I did want to ask you, and if you ain't seen this before, Jess, Arsenal are in discussions with Kai Havertz regarding a contract extension. The proposed one-year addition would extend his current deal set to expire in 28 to 29. Early talks have not included any mention of a salary increase. Positive progress reported as the club looks to secure the German international's long-term future. Talk to me. What was the first thing that grabbed your attention as you was either listening to me read that or seeing that? Like, give us all your thoughts, man.
I guess.
You seem like you don't want it. You don't want this to happen slightly.
I don't know. And
I just thought you'd be buzzing over this slightly, to be fair. Damn.
Arteta loves it, so I should have known this. I'm not gonna crash out over it. It is what it is. We still need a striker. We still need a striker. Yeah, we still need a striker. We need a striker. What the fuck?
I can't believe that, bro. She's killing. Her face is killing me. I did not expect that reaction. I thought she was gonna say, "Yeah, the wages ain't that bad. It does surprise me about an extension. It's only 1 year. We don't necessarily need to do it. What if you get that strike or Gyökeres is banging? What happens with him in midfield?" I thought she would be talking about like how like Odegaard, they're Arteta's guy. Bro, meme worthy. That is meme worthy. I've never seen Jesse's face like that.
You know what it is with him? It's like other people can see more than I can with him. I see a serviceable player. I see somebody that plays a role, kind of like the Marinos, plays a role, can do certain things as a tactical use, things
he's
like that.
Not a terrible player, but he's a spare part.
Yeah, he's so, you know what? I'm not going to yuck some other people's yum. If you love this, I love that for you.
Do you know what it is with Kai? Yeah, and it's nothing to do with Kai. I do think, and I have thought this last season, and I did think it with when we was linked with Sesko. Obviously, Gyökeres isn't helping the case. I think some move like he's mad shit, and then there's some just that got this guy as this mythical unicorn of Dennis Bergkamp and Van Persie together. Like, what I would say though is, the fact that the salary hasn't been increased, I think it's a bit of cap. It probably would. It'd be a bit interesting. I did think either Kai Havertz or Gabriel Jesus, owing to the wages, might be moved on. As you said, he's a serviceable player, and Mikel Arteta likes him. And I like Kai. He's done his thing, right? I just wondered that if in an ideal world, Gyökeres finds his shooting boots, obviously Eze, Odegaard, them man in midfield got it locked down. I wonder if Berta will have a bit of, not beef, but a bit of to and from with Arteta in that. He's a good player, but we can find another versatile, serviceable player for significantly less sort of thing.
Yeah, so, I just don't see.
It's interesting.
I don't really get it, but that's just me. Like, I get some people really swear by this player. Fine. That's cool. I just don't see it. And I just feel like at the top end, we really need to get this right. It feels like we're kind of still shooting, and missing the target with these players. And I know with Kai, it was never about bringing in a 20 goal per season striker. But we bought Jesus, we bought him. Now we have Gyökeres. At some stage, I feel like so yeah, but I get why Arteta really likes him. I see his qualities and like what he brings to the team, and I'm excited for him to come back because we can't even kick the ball long and have somebody hold it up. That's one of his better qualities, is like you can actually kick it up to him and he can, bring it down and find our wingers and stuff. But when am I going to be talking about somebody that just bangs
scores goals, man?
Yeah, and that's not just about Havertz either. That's about Gyökeres.
Everyone.
So, yeah, it just is what it is, with him. And I'm excited to see him back on the pitch.
You sound it. Side note, but we've gone over Eze. But Arteta did say Eze's desire has gone to another level after not playing. He does sound like Pep Guardiola when he does.
Arteta's so fucked. Like, he's just but he's gonna be asked about Eze every single day. He has his little response, and they've had their talks. So it is what it is. Also, I see like a comment in here, not to go like to a different direction, but
what?
Like Jay the Long Way says, like we should have went for Ekitike.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about the Ekitike thing is
hindsight's lovely, but 100.
Yeah, you can't go back, but the striker market this past summer was actually abysmal, and probably the 2 best strikers on the market went to one team for big money. So you have to look at the market. It's not looking good. Like, it's really not. Like, it hasn't changed that much from last season. I know there's always gems, but in terms of the type of striker that we're looking for, which is like an ABBA type of guy that's going to just like bang in the goals and do stuff or whatever. Those players, I don't really know if those players exist. So I kind of think Arsenal are just kind of buying their time. They bought Gyökeres to kind of maybe, and it hasn't quite worked out yet. So I understand that as well, that Kai works until we get somebody who can do it. The only other player that I see out there is like an Alvarez, but would he want to come back to England? How much it would cost? Would Atletico Madrid let him go?
Do you even want to leave sunny Spain for England after you won
Yeah.
everything?
So yeah, but
Did you take Vlahovic on a free transfer?
No.
What if Arteta wants him? He did want him before.
I mean, Arteta's wanted tons of players I haven't wanted. There's nothing I can do. Once he wants the player, it is what it is. But
like Mudryk, thank the Lord this man walked in, and big him up for being December's player of the month, man.
I love Trossard. You know, like Trossard down. Like, for the amount that we paid for him, what we've gotten from him, the end product, it's just fabulous. Like, player. Every good team has one of these. I know people are like, he's like our Freddie Ljungberg. I kind of think of him more of like a Will Tord type player. You know, I just think like elite teams have these players just like chilling in the wings.
This is why I wanted him to stay, man. This is why I wanted him to stay. And apparently he actually wanted to extend his contract beyond 2027. Arteta agreed and he signed a pay rise and told him he'd be a squad player. It hasn't actually gone beyond that. So that leads me to ask you, £40 million bid, if assuming his season continues this, £40 million bid next season or in pre-season or whatever, are you selling Trossard?
We need
are you selling why it's high?
Here, this is the thing. It's like, in theory, yes, but I really I need Trossard to win something with this club before we get rid of him. I just need him to get his cult hero status. He can't get it without winning something. You know, I think he deserves that.
Without it.
But we do, I feel like, need something new on that left wing. And I don't know. I mean, listen, there's other players there also that you can maybe move on as well. So
I can't lie, man. If I'm honest, I'll be open to offers for Trossard. That doesn't mean necessarily moving them on, but considering the, future proofing and all that, Martinelli, Trossard, Kai Havertz, Jesus, there's Marino. I wouldn't cry if you stay. And I actually, me, I wanted Martinelli and Trossard to stay and bring in a left winger, so we had that kind of depth. But I understand it's a needs must. You're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't, because if Trossard's form was to continue and we didn't sell him, and next season he's stinking up the place, you know how it goes. Oh, we should have got rid of him, man. We should have done this and that. And I do recognize that if we win the league, I can't say I'm going to advocate 6-7 players leaving, bringing in the next 6-7, because you will kind of see a team that looks like that. I think we're getting to that point to be a bit cute and clever. Would you take Barcola as well, completely off topic, because he is linked with a move away from PSG? I only ask you that because I would, but it's one of them just where I think if we signed him, people would have him on a level that he's not yet. Like, if you think you're frustrated with Martinelli, he's better than Martinelli. You'd be frustrated by him also, but where do you stand on that?
I would. Because you know what? Like, they're not on the same level. I think Barcola's on a higher level than Madueke.
Yeah. 100%.
But in that same way where you have a player that can just unlock defenses with their trickery, and also he has pace and we have no pace up front. Zero, nothing, no speed except for like Martinelli. So I know people like Barcola is just Madueke, but I would love to have Madueke. I would like to have a Madueke player on the left, because that's kind of where we need something.
Big up Noni, man. Why are people buying him? Like, it's not that big.
Yeah, I would, understanding that he's frustrating. He's not going to score every single chance, but he strikes fear into the defense. And I don't with this pace. I feel like that's something we're still missing, where teams are just like, fuck, like, this player is just going to run down there. Like, we don't really have that,
That fullback isn't going to gamble going forward, because if he gets caught.
Yeah. So of course I would. I like either one of Barcola or Yildiz, and I think that's the level that we need to be looking at. Young players with a really high ceiling that are already performing really well in Europe. Like, That's what we need.
That's what we need. Berta, do your thing. Couple more things to go over just very briefly.
Oh,
Bournemouth have been linked with Wanyeri. It seems like Wanyeri's not really on it. He's understood that he wants to stay. Do you think he should go Bournemouth? Do you think his education is best served, obviously staying at Arsenal, training and stuff, or like where are you at with him? I know I ask you this every week.
I think he should stay. I think we just went through a period of time where we weren't playing good enough, and there wasn't any other competitions for him to really play in. I know that he could have probably started against Crystal Palace, but that ended up being a difficult game, so I think he should stay. I'm not really on this whole like Ethan has to go on a loan thing. I think people just want him to go on a loan so that he could do well somewhere else, and then they can beat Mikel over the head with it.
I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, I don't see why we would do that. With the injuries that we've had, we could go from what we have now to zero very quick. I don't want him to go, and I'm glad he doesn't really want to. So
I see the pros and cons personally. Just like I don't feel there's a pressing need to go on loan. Like the man is 18, you're learning and whatnot. But the right loan, like in theory, Bournemouth, I think it makes sense. They play pressing football, as that man says there. They play attractive football. Ariola's a good coach. I do think to a degree there's no substitution for playing games. Minutes are currency, but it has to be too good of an like if I was Arteta, it has to be too good of an opportunity where I sit there and go, you know what? Go and get X amount of games, come back next season. If it's not that, because you do see man go on loan, they play the first 2-3 games, they might, the formation has to be a factor. If we see him as a centre mid, but the other manager only sees him as a right winger and he's not quite doing that, yourself, Jess, Don's placed on the bench. That's it. So it depends, man. It depends. I would say, though, I don't really want to be in this situation with Wanyeri in particular this time next year. So I think, and they probably will, Arteta and him, they'll have an honest conversation. And if it's not looking like you can truly break in this year, because you got to remember he's 18, 19, go elsewhere, go play football. And there's also the flip side. These men will play bare games, get injuries. And I love Smith Rowe. Me and you used to have a lot of banter about him. But once you get them little big injuries, it feels like you're on that merry-go-round. So, yeah. And you're behind some good players. You're behind Eze, 60-odd million England international. Odegaard, big money signing compared to you for 30-odd, captain of your country. Marino's playing in that role. It might make people sick. Havertz is playing there before him. So these are the factors that are going against you, man. But this is what we wanted. We wanted quality players that can't buy minutes. A man that got a hat-trick and arguably isolated to the 90 minutes in the North London derby, the best standout potentially of 90 minutes this season, can't get a minute. But this is Arsenal fans, stop acting brand new. I'm not going to ask you about this, but briefly, how do you feel, though, about this? Arsenal be the first top-flight team in history to play away in 4 comps in 10 days. That's going to be a big test, surely, They're
trying to kill us, yo. But here's the thing, it's like compartmentalizing it just a little bit. Like Portsmouth, we should be rotating. So it shouldn't be that bad. Chelsea, you'll play a strong team. Nottingham Forest, you'll play a strong team. So you're in London against Chelsea. It's not that bad of like a ride or whatever.
Yeah.
Forest,
one part of London to the other.
You got to go somewhere. And then Inter, the best thing we could have done was to be serious at the beginning of the Champions League. I know we're going, top teams against each other and we're going to want to keep our top spot and all that. But not winning against Inter Milan at this phase is not going to kill us. I think we could rotate ever so slightly in that game as well. So I don't think it's that bad. I'll be real.
I'm with you. It's just more. If it is that, it's more of the backdrop of we've had a lot of games already. This is just more games. Like it's not. I'm not really scared of this isolated 4 games. Although the only one I'm really, for what it's worth, the only game that I'm nervous about is actually Nottingham Forest away. Portsmouth, with the greatest of respect, we got to earn the right to win. We should be winning that. Chelsea, my thoughts, Jess. Every year that we do streams, we don't win at Stamford Bridge on Vex. Should be winning that. You made the comment, which I second with Inter. It's just really Forest, man, if I'm honest. What do you make of Yan Diamande? Apparently, we're considering a move for the RB Leipzig winger. It'll take 100-odd million, and we're considering it for the summer.
What? Wait, any deal is expected summer only. Leipzig are willing to sell this month.
100 million euros, though. They just bought him. Credit to them, but trying to fleece.
Okay, you guys are going to hate me down, but I know you got everybody's Yan Diamande. Because he's playing in AFCON, he's doing his thing. I don't know him like that, so I can't really.
I'm not doing it for 100 million.
Yeah, I can't really add my my tidbit. But
He's cold though.
There's always, I feel like there's always attacking talent out there, especially on the wings and stuff like that. You have to just know where to look.
He played in America as well, you know. He went to America, Spain, and then he ended up here.
Oh, that's cool.
He's had a fucking interesting career still. Very interesting career. He's raw though, man. I don't know about no 100 million euros.
Yeah, 100 million. He's, like you're saying, he's raw. Could we not go get Barcola? Could we not get Yildiz? Whatever. You know, so, but there's options, and I think that's a good thing. It's nice that we're looking at him, but I don't trust Leipzig. You guys know how I feel about the Bundesliga. It's just not,
Fugazi, I'm not gonna lie.
For me, it's, you know, so, but that's cute. It's nice to know that we're looking in that position.
Are you having Livramento?
Yeah, I am.
Would you humor me? Would you, depending on the fee, like a certain fee, let's 30 million, let's say, and Ben White for Livramento, would you do it?
Like swap?
Yeah, money and Ben White, and we get him.
What is he looking like after that ACL?
I can't lie, he's looking decent, man. I've got time for him, man. He's looking decent, man. He's put that stuff behind him. But Arsenal tax, we might never see Donny though.
We were linked to Livramento in the same summer that we were supposed to be getting Tielemans back then. That's a long time ago, but he's 23 and he has the versatility and all of that. Yeah, I love Ben. I would.
It's just the injuries though, man, with Livramento and the Arsenal tax. Illogical fear, but it's like, ooh. But Ben White would get a good move. You join a big club in Newcastle. We get Livramento. It all depends on the fee if it's not a swap deal though, man.
Yeah, I really like Livramento. I mean, I would take him like as a Ben White replacement at some point, you know, but we'll see. And
don't forget he's
saying that he's injury prone, so you know, look at you. Look at you.
I have to ask you, you're the guest. This is why you're here. Like, are you entertaining these 52 million Rodrigo bid reports? You never know.
No, fuck him. No, fuck him. I'm done.
Why fuck him?
Because he's like, he's a tease. Like, he's not really like, oh, I want to stay. Oh no, don't. No.
But can you blame him though? It's real.
No, I don't blame him, but I blame us for going back. Like, I don't think we should go back, or even there. If you could potentially get a Yildiz or a Barcola, fuck him.
This guy needs to grow up a bit. Well, not even grow up, but cool. You're finally getting some game time now at Real Madrid. Let's move on. The only man that frustrates me more than this individual would probably be Nico Williams, if I'm completely honest with you. That's another one I don't want to
forgot about that knucklehead. I'm like, stay where you at.
My last thing for you then. Called him a knucklehead. Would you sign Diaz? Brahim Diaz. You're always linked with him. It's tabloid talk, clearly.
What? Like, the only reason why we're linked to him is because of, like, we always get linked to people that used to be at City at one point. Like, I'm okay on this. Play Ethan.
You don't rate him? I would have. I don't believe this, but I would have him. You know, I actually would have.
That's fair. That's fair. Like, I just don't.
I'd want someone else though. But...
Yeah, I just don't. I'm okay on it, to be honest. But like, yeah.
No. And I guess my last question for you, Jess, do you honestly think we're gonna sign anyone this January?
No.
Fuck it. No hope. Not alone. Nothing. No hope.
I would love for, like, the only player that I can maybe see is Guéhi, because we're obsessed with the defense. But that's it. Like, we just had to find some funds underneath the couch to scrape it together to get Guéhi in because we love it. But no, I don't know.
I thought he was gonna be optimistic, man. I need someone to gas me about January signings.
It's January
season or second half of the season.
And we signed 8 players in the summer, so yeah. But we'll see. We'll see. You know, maybe they surprised me in the summer. Maybe they'll surprise us in January.
I mean, when we've been crying out for players in January, we haven't acted. So I'm not gonna hold my breath, man. Jess, it's been amazing. It always is with yourself. People, I can't imagine you're not following Jess, but make sure you're following Jess, aka She Knows Arsenal. Follow the TikTok and the Instagram and all of that good stuff. Before we get out of it, I'm going 3-1 Arsenal against Liverpool today, obviously. Where are you at?
2-1 Arsenal.
Goal scorers? Gyökeres?
I didn't mean to
Damn,
laugh.
a girl laughed at it. Gyökeres, rise up, Gyökeres now, man. Let's do this charity case shit. Gyökeres, if you need any motivation, it's that reaction still. But yeah,
Big
where you
Gabby.
going with Gyökeres?
Big Gabby.
Okay, about to say we got
And Saka. Saka's gonna rise it today.
Let's come on, you Gunners, man. We have to, man. We win today. We're fucking laughing, man. We're fucking laughing. But on that note, people, we're gonna let Jess get out of here. We're gonna let you lot get out of here. Any famous last words, as I always do, Jess, before we go?
I will upload a match reaction after the Liverpool game, so stay tuned.